Good evening and welcome to the Accendo Traders Group. This is our weekend wrap-up trade plan for September 28, 2008. AccendoTraders.com. Effective trade plans delivered daily. Each weekend we come together and we look at our watch list, set stops and alerts, but we add a couple things by looking at the blogs and the newsletters, seeing what they're saying about the market. We also pay attention to all the sectors to see which ones are trending up and down. We scan for new trades, set alerts for new trades, but again, the most important thing is we want to make sure we have time to spend with our families. So, let's take a look at this week. The Dow down 245, S&P down 41, and the NASDAQ down 90 points. What does this all come down to? The bailout plan. The bailout plan. Last Wednesday, I was sitting here trading Goldman Sachs. I had some puts on Goldman Sachs, and poof! Or I guess to say, boom, the bottom fell out and Goldman Sachs went all the way down to 85. And the market was ready to plummet into turmoil. And then out of nowhere, the government said, oh, there's a bailout plan, And the good feelings about that bailout plan immediately on Wednesday afternoon sent the market up. And we went up Thursday and kind of hovered there on Friday, a little bit down as the market was interacting and fighting what was going on. But really what happened on Friday and really all of last week, and when I'm talking about Wednesday, I'm really talking about 2 Wednesdays ago, was the good feelings about the bailout plan, began to disappear. Again, the market fell out, came back because of the bailout, but we had Bernanke and Paulson give their first testimony to the Senate, and they basically bombed. They did better later. Bernanke did better later against the House. But again, what basically came out of this is that there was a lot of concerns about the oversight of this $700 billion bailout, and more importantly, how much of that was going to be a liability to the taxpayers, to you and me. And then, of course, we had the whole political side. Not going to get into that. This is not a political video. This is about making money and becoming better traders, so we're not going to talk about that. So again, there's still concern about what is going on with the bailout plan. What was missed in that bailout plan was we had Berkshire, Warren Buffett buying into Goldman Sachs, $5 billion. We had a horrible earnings warning from General Electric for the third quarter and the full year. Washington Mutual, the biggest bank failure in history. And then JP Morgan bought it for about $1.9 billion. JP Morgan also raised about $10 billion with somewhat ease. But again, it really comes down to the bailout plan, where it is and where it isn't. And if my voice sounds different today, it's because I'm using a different microphone as one of my computers died on me and I'm reinstalling some stuff. But I wanted to get the video out to you guys. So this week, we've got a lot of information. Wednesday, we got ADP. But really, the big bad boy is Friday. We've got the non-farm payroll. We got all that jobs data, unemployment data. On Friday, we've got some big news, a little predictor here on Wednesday. But, obviously, the political impact of what's going on with the bailout plan is going to have a lot of effect on the market also. We really are just sitting. And we'll talk about more of that later. So tomorrow, you can see not much going on. Circuit City and Walgreens. As far as earnings, really nothing of impact this week on earnings besides Mosaic, agriculture sector. They have earnings, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday. We have our splits down there at the bottom. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at our sectors. Before we get into sectors, I did want to take a quick second to point out the video, Why Does the Stock Market Hate Me? It's on YouTube, MySpace, Gather, Daily, Motion, whatever. The video's out there. Just want to make sure you had a chance to check that out. And also, I wanted to point out our new promotion that we're working on here, and it's the Accendo Traders 30-Day Challenge. And basically, what we're going to be doing here is each day focusing on a different aspect on how to prepare your trade plans, your trading system, how to become a good trader. Every day for the month of October, starting on October 1st, we're going to have a focus, some videos. Every day there will be a video training you on how to develop your trade plans. And you can get to that by going to 30daychallenge.accendotraders.com. Again, 30daychallenge.accendotraders.com. Alright, so let's go ahead and get to our sectors. Okay, so as we begin to look at the sectors, you know, for the past month, we really haven't on our weekend trade plans been doing a sector by sector because of the consolidation, and now we have the bailout plan. We have been really just been focusing on here are some sectors to watch. So we're going to continue that theme today and start off with agriculture. You can see as the market really has been consolidating, it hasn't been this bearish, but look at it, it tested the 50 and fell down. And you know, this is a good old, my friend Lydia, test the 50, make new lows, test the 50, make new lows, test the 50, about to make new lows. So this is certainly something to watch out for, and especially with Mosaic having earnings this week, maybe they'll disappoint or something like that. So definitely going to be watching agricultures. Another one is going to be metals. This one's kind of been testing the 20 and new lows, 20 and new lows, 20. So this one also could be making new lows here also. Notice that the volume increased here as it started to reverse, come back down. Steel's going to be the same. New lows, new lows, new lows. So we'll see what goes on here as we push to make the new lows. Again, watch the increase in volume. Here's gold. Now the thing about gold here is I'm watching to see whether or not it's going to stay up or is it going to come back down and test the lows. It really could go either way, so I'm not predicting which way it's going to go. It really could go either way. And the last one I'm going to look at here is trucking. I hit airlines. And that's just because as you look at it, it really pushed down last week. And now it's trying to keep 500 as a support level. Not sure if it's going to be able to do it. So trucking, oil, gas, here in Atlanta, you can't even find gas. We'll see what's going to happen. Okay, now it's time to look at our education portion of our video. We've been using the book Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, and we're still in Chapter 3, Taking Responsibility, Reacting Loss. We've been doing different things in the daily videos that for our subscribers. This has been our foundation for our Sunday weekend wrap-up trade plans. But this goes real good with what's going on right now. Some people might think that with all this volatility in the market, with the bailout and banks going unders and the investment banks, Goldman Sachs and others turning themselves into banks last week, and found that real interesting. But some people may think, well, the way to beat this, the way to ride this out is to learn more. I'm going to learn a new indicator. I'm going to learn some new chart patterns. I'm going to study market internals and volume, and that's what's going to make me a successful trader. In reality, what you're really doing without a trade plan, and again, I am not saying learning information is bad, and I don't think Mark Douglas is saying that. What we are saying is that learning information without a plan, learning information without routines, learning information without checklists is setting yourself up to failure, because now you've got all this information and you'll see that this indicator conflicts with that indicator, or this chart pattern conflicts with the indicators, or your time segmented volumes conflicting with your moving averages, or or with RSI or MACD, and you know, I have this one chart pattern with time segmented volume, and you know, if you look at it, you might just be like, that's just, you know, my daughter's scribble. And so what happens is, instead of shoring up your trading, what you do is you become inconsistent, or more importantly, you get too scared to trade because you don't know what's going to happen. You've got this indicator conflicting with that indicator, and you're not able to pull the trigger anymore because you're not sure what's going on. And so instead of learning more about the market, what you've come to find out is that you can't take advantage of what you learn, and that you don't believe in anything because they all started conflicting. He ends down here with saying you won't be able to trade effectively if you're trying to prove something, if you're trying to win, if you're trying to be right, because you'll begin to view this information that does not generate the fact that you are right as opposition to you, and you'll block it out. And that's why it's important not to trade to be right, not to trade to be wrong, but just to trade. More importantly, to trade based upon rules. We say in that video, Why the Stock Market Hates Me, is that a good trade is one entered and exited based upon your rules. Whether you're right or wrong. As long as you follow your rules, you enter the trade and exit the trade, that is a good trade. To get the full version of this, there's our podcast version. If you're ready to get our daily videos, there's our link there, AccendoTraders.com, video.html. We are still allowing people to send testimonials in to get the free 14-day trial membership to our daily videos. And this is what we were mentioning before. We have a new campaign going on, Accendo Traders 30-Day Challenge. And what we're doing here is we're going to have 30 days, and we're just going to go through each day focusing on one part of learning how to trade. Starting all the way back from opening an account. We're starting from the basics. But even our veteran traders will benefit from this. So we have 30-Day Challenge.AccendoTraders.com, the Accendo Traders 30-Day Challenge kicking off on October 1st. 30 days focusing on one topic, developing your own trading system, developing your own trade plan. That is our goal. As usual, trade at your own risk, and I will talk to you next time.